Hello, welcome back to our Plonkcast.
Episode 3, baby.
Episode 3, here we go.
Actually being consistent.
I know, look at us, man.
And we're actually filming a double podcast.
Yeah, double day.
Week. Yeah, because when I say consistency, it's we missed last week filming, so we're going to do 2 this week instead. So we're always one in lieu. But before we start, we've got to start the podcast. Oh my God, what's happening to my mic? Okay, before we start, we have to start the podcast with a plonk because it is the Plonkcast. So today we are drinking a different type of drink, Teri. Because Billie is doing a sober-ish time.
Sober-ish.
Yeah, because I've had a few. Oh, it's done that thing. I'll leave it. It's fine. That's just promoting the last episodes.
Yeah, go watch that episode.
So if you are not watching, we currently have a screen that says Plonkcast. Well, not at the moment, but it keeps... All it is a screenshot of a YouTube... the beginning of one of our YouTube things, and then it just does that sleep thing. So now it's showing an episode of season 1. But
actually, it's got Emma in it. It's a really good episode. Like, you should actually go watch it.
Go watch it. It is good. So today we're drinking alcohol-free Birra Moretti.
Yeah, what the hell? I've never actually tried this before in my life. Actually, I think this is the first alcoholic, as in non-alcoholic beer that I've ever had. I've never actually tried a beer that isn't alcohol.
I've tried it before. I've tried the Heineken ones, so I've never tried this one.
Yeah, it looks good, man. What, Birra Moretti?
Birra Moretti.
Birra Moretti.
Birra Moretti. But I do like my beer, so I was thinking, okay, I want to go sober, but I do have these cravings for beer. I'm not an alcoholic, but I just love beer. So maybe I am. I don't know. Yeah. But at least I can get the taste and without feeling really shit the next day.
Yeah.
Anyway, Plonkies.
Here we go. Yeah, that was so good.
Alcohol-free plonk. There we go. So, guys, grab yourself a beer, an alcohol-free beer, a tea, a coffee, whatever you would like, and come and join us on this Plonkcast. Plonkcast is really hard. How is it?
Oh. It takes the bitterness out of an actual beer.
It's actually not bad, is it?
It's all right. Yeah. It's quite sweet, actually. I quite like that.
Yeah, it's all
right.
Yeah,
go grab yourself. It doesn't have to be alcohol. Like we say every podcast, go get yourself a cup of tea, coffee, apple juice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, how's your week been?
Do you know what? This week, I've had this week's been a bit of a mad one for me because I think I'm coming on, and I could feel it. I'm getting pissed off at the sight
I think you say
things.
that every month.
I know. Funny that. But I was gonna say, tonight is a big night. We've got your gig.
We do have a gig, but and it's been a really... Oh, it's funny because last episode we said that I promoted the gig and I said, if you've got an hour spare, because obviously we're always one in lieu, and the video for that episode is coming out today.
Yeah.
And the gig is today, so I timed it perfectly.
Oh,
literally.
Brilliant, man. I'm so excited because actually last episode I thought was so funny. But today I'm so excited for tonight.
Yeah.
Because you've actually got your actual, it's an actual band that you've got together. It's not just you up there. You've got a whole set list. You've got... First set, second set,
as in proper gigs. Because I've done a few gigs which are showcases of kind of... So there's maybe 5 people on the bill. And, slowly but surely I've been creeping myself up to the last ones. Obviously not that you're any better than anyone else or anything. But obviously the more later you are, the more people are there, the more kind of... drunk people are, and it's
mate, you've fun. Got such a good turnout for tonight. I really hope it turns out to be exactly what it's going. I'm so excited, man. It's gonna be sick.
I am excited, and I'm worried because obviously, so the reason why I had this is what you were gonna say. I'm gonna mention.
Go on.
The reason why I haven't gigged for so long.
You meant the nail on the end.
There we go. So obviously, before we have a brief about podcasts, she's like, I know what you're gonna say, and I've planned it around it. So here we go. So the reason why I've not gigged for so long I'm a musician. Why haven't I gigged? Oh God, why am I saying it like this? But basically, I had vocal nodules. I got nodes, right?
I got nodes.
I had them for 2 years, and it was a fucking nightmare. I felt like someone had given me this thing to be what you're passionate about, what you love to do. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Bye.
Yeah. So I've slowly come back in the last year, and then obviously I went traveling, but then now I'm back. And it's so scary because I'm this is the first fucking gig where it's an hour and a half set, 45 minutes. You know, few people are like, yeah, we're happy to see it. And like, I've done these showcase gigs, and we've had a really good response, haven't we?
Well, I was gonna say, like, what was it, the last time you had your gig? And I've personally, in the years that we've been like best mates, I've not seen it where it's like your proper band. Like, you had your band back in the day, and I wasn't around back then, so it was like I missed out all of that. Yeah, I weren't born.
You weren't around that time. You weren't even born, mate.
But I was like, when I remember you saying, "Oh, Teri, like, I can't wait for you to actually see like a full-on set that we've rehearsed, like with an actual band." And I was standing there, and I was like, bro, like, because I feel like I've got like a bit of an ear for music. Like, I can hear everything, right? And I'm watching every single person, every single individual like playing their bit, and I was like, it's so nice to see like everything just blend so nicely.
Well, that's the
it's
thing.
so good.
I hate performing by myself as it is. Like, I used to do a lot of solo gigs back in the day. And I started off at like 16 doing solo gigs, you know, around London and stuff. And I just didn't find it fun. I'd be like, oh, when's it over? Like, I would just not enjoy the actual gig. Whereas when I perform in a band, I feel like I literally just have the world on my feet, you know. And I like my biggest vision when I'm as a performer is like a lot of singers, what they tend to do is think, okay, they need to be pitch perfect. They need to be, you know, it's all about them in a way, you know, but it isn't. It's about the audience. So, we want to sound good. We don't want to be like disgustingly singing. But if the audience are enjoying it, that's the main thing. And so if you're a performer out there worried about gigs, like, don't worry about yourself. Like, obviously rehearse, perfect, and all those sort of things.
Well, I remember when you first started, you turned around to me and was just like, I don't think my singing is all there, but I'm doing gigs and I'm performing. That's the difference between you and quite a lot of people. Yeah, is that you perform, like, you know, I'm going to a Billie Fox gig.
And that's the thing. The more you put in, the more you get out of the audience. And the more the audience put out, the more I'll put in. So it's like we're working together. And like the last gig was so good because I performed like my first song, which was "I Feel It Coming" by who's it by? Oh shit.
I'm bad.
I forgot his name.
I'm bad.
The Weekend, by The Weekend. And literally by the chorus, everyone's like, I feel it coming, I feel it coming. And I was like, oh, I got them. Like, this is it now. So, you know, and I think when you have that like interaction with the audience, and you know, I'm no big time performer, but it's just like pub gigs, but the whole pub is singing, you're bouncing, you know, you're just changing their mood for that night, and it's such a good feeling.
Have you ever had it if you've been to like, because I know like when you go to gigs, you're like, oh yeah, I'm inspired, I want to do like another song. Have you ever been to like a gig that like someone has inspired you for your career?
Every single gig. Every gig. So like I never used to go to gigs when I was younger. Yeah. Because one, money, and also the people that I wanted to see were always like Justin Bieber or Beyonce, where you just can't get tickets. Yeah. Now I'll be like, if someone says you want to come to a gig, I'm like, yeah, let's go.
I'm there.
And I will always learn something, whether it's like really not a great thing, like, okay, I don't really like what they're doing, or it's like, oh, that they've got great stage presence. And we've gone to a few gigs where my my vision now is always like the not undiscovered artists. They're very famous, but the reason why they're famous is because of their energy. Yeah, and I think that I'm inspired by that a lot. So like Tash Sultana, Ren, Sammy Ray and Friends.
Sammy Ray and the Friends was like
oh, it's so good.
Mate, it was. I've loved them from day dot.
But
right?
I just take. I'm like,
and I'm like, Bills, come on, you've got to come to this gig because like it's like a performance. It's so you. Like, it's like she doesn't care. She's like, right, come on, and it's so like we're all there together. It's not like, oh, we're all there to watch that one person. Blah. It's like we're here to party.
Exactly. And there are moments. There are artists like, you know, Adele, Ed Sheeran, these people that are solo artists that do it fantastically. And, you know, so in my set, I'll always have a song where it's a bit of a showcase of my voice, you know. But I think majority of the things that I've learned through watching artists is like, okay, what do people like? And when I'm planning set lists, I'm like, okay, so all I've got to do is structure it so that when they're really hyped, they actually need to come down a little bit.
Yes, facts.
And when they're bored, you're like, okay, bring an up and coming song.
Well, it's literally, it's a performance. Like that's what happens in like any storytelling as such. Like to keep the audience captivated. Is that the word?
It
like you've got to have that kind of draft.
It's a show
up and down.
At the end of the day. Exactly. It is a show, and I think a lot of there's so many singers out there. I've got a whole friendship group full of talented people, and when people like kind of say, "Oh, your stage presence is so good," and things like that to me, and it's such a lovely thing for people to say. But I always say, treat every performance like you're performing at Wembley.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how small the gig is.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, like when I was in like doing drama and, you know, drama school and things like that, you don't sit there and do a half-cut performance just because there's one person watching you.
No,
do you know what I mean?
Got to keep,
you go full on, you go crazy, and obviously the better the audience, the more you're going to just naturally be. But yeah, it's one of those things. I think that's why I love it so much. It's a collaboration between you and the audience, you know.
Do you know what though? I will say, you make me absolutely die. We've been to some gigs, right? And Billie like will be up there, and she'll look at me or like whoever her friends are, like you got me, Kaylee, whatever, and she'll look at us like, "What's the next lyric?" Like she'll be like, "I don't know what the song is." I got it. So you'll have to stand. Whereas now you're like, I'm committed to being like rehearsing.
Well, you say that this gig is.
Oh, maybe I'm jinxing it.
Yeah, no. Well, the last gig you came to was a half an hour set, so it was like really small, and I was like, I need to make sure I learn these lyrics. These are not good.
Well, saying, no, go on.
And sorry, and but the gig that I just did, I was like off book, you know, I was really confident. And one of my friends from Reigate basically said, "Oh, no, but it's Billie, isn't it? If you forget your lyrics, you forget your lyrics. That's who you are." I was like, that is not a good, that is not a good like representation I'm having, you know. I need to like.
I don't want to be known for that.
Yeah, it's not good. But this one, I am on book for a few songs, but yeah, to be honest, I'm doing pretty well. Like,
well, I've got this little thing, you know, when we like a challenge.
Oh, here we go.
So quite a nice one that everyone loves, and you guys can join in if you're listening in the car or, you know, you're on your way to work. We're going to do Finish the Lyric.
Oh, I hate these
Yeah,
so
boy.
much.
Let's test your lyric skills, yeah?
So bad.
All right, so first one. And if you don't love me now, you will never love me again. I can still hear you saying, Bills.
You need to sing it at least.
Are you joking? That gives it away.
No, but it's just the lyrics, not the song. I don't even know what the fucking song is at this point. And if you love me now.
Yeah. No, and if you don't love me now, you'll never love me again. I can still hear you saying.
Still hear you saying, we'll never break the chain.
There she goes. Yeah, well done.
And that's all I know. Still hear you saying, we'll never break the chain. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
You need to break my heart then. That is my favourite song of all time.
This is what I mean. I'm really bad with artists. I'm really bad with lyrics. I'm really bad with the tune, unless I know the fucking artist. And, oh my gosh.
Right, next one. Don't feel like picking up my phone, so leave a message at the tone.
Don't feel picking up my phone, so leave a message after tone. 'Cause today I swear I'm not doing anything. Nothing at all. Woo-hoo.
Yes, girl. I knew you'd get that one. That was way too easy.
That's the one I should add to my set list. That's quite a good little song.
I thought you used to sing that song. Like, you've definitely done that before.
I'm sure I've done it
once,
with like a backing
at least.
track. Yeah.
And it's all in my head, but she's touching his chest now.
Touching his chest now, he took off her breasts. Wait, chest.
He took off her breast.
What sort of surgery is it?
Mate, oh God,
Wait.
can you imagine?
And she's touched, gone on, and it's gonna make kiss, as you were doing just fine. It was only chest. Now he took off his breast. Let me go.
I was gonna say.
What is it? Is that right?
That's all I've got.
Just let me go.
Yeah, let me.
Go.
He takes up her dress now.
Oh, dress now.
Let me go.
Go. Breasts now.
Take up her
I hate
breasts
those
now.
games, honestly.
You know, every time we're out, all I'm gonna hear is take up her breasts now.
Oh, it's funny when Kaylee comes, when we see that song, there's a scene in a movie, it's like, choking on her alibi. Yeah. That's a good song, actually, but yeah, it reminds me of my ex.
With a taste of poison paradise, I'm addicted to you. That's hard, actually.
Yeah. I'm addicted to you.
No.
Who's it by?
Britney Spears.
No, it's not Toxic. Is that Britney Spears?
You were literally bang on.
Baby, can't you see? I'm calling a guy like you. You said I'm
You've got to get a bit further than that.
Oh shit! Sing the actual part.
Now it's gone out my head. With the taste of poison paradise.
How do you not even know to?
Yeah. Don't you know that I'm toxic? That one. With a taste of a
I'm on a rush.
With a taste of a poison paradise. I'm addicted to you.
Don't you know that you're toxic? Oh, it's so easy at the end.
Oh God.
I wish you didn't give me the hook. Like,
Yeah,
it was
sorry.
like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I thought all
everyone
the other
knows
ones
the
were just easy otherwise.
All right, go on, another.
Maybe I should have done it.
Have you got another one?
First you want to go to the left, then you want to turn right. Want to argue all day, making love all night.
Ooh. Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Is it Justin Bieber?
Yeah, go on.
Holy shit, I was actually joking. Right.
I was going to say.
To one step, you take your right hand, then step, you take your left hand, then you put both hands on the head, then you show me the migraine scan. Oh, show me the migraine scan. Imagine Justin singing that.
I'm sitting there trying to actually work out what bit that is. I've done really bad on this game.
Yeah, I know you have.
So sorry.
Hang on, what song is it?
Um,
Is it too late now to say
no.
sorry?
Let's move on because I actually don't know why I put
Oh,
that on there.
wait, say it one more time because
First you want to go to the left. First you want to go to the left, then you turn right. Want to argue all day, making love all night.
cause you're up and you're down and you're between.
Oh, you want to know, what do you mean?
Of course I'm gonna get
There you
Justin,
go.
man. Boshed it.
Because you didn't get it straight away, I was like, oh shit, I can't help you out. Right, this one's the last one. They say it's necessary to learn from the past. The damage is done.
Damage is done.
Come on now.
Damage is done. Oh, I guess I'll be leaving.
Bills. Nah.
Learn from the past.
They say it's
that my
necessary
song?
to learn from the past. The damage is done.
Is that my song?
Yeah.
Shit.
No way.
And the song
Come on,
goes
it's
down.
your
Here,
song.
what'd you say? Here comes the breakdown. It's not that song, is it? That's my own
They
song.
say it's
Necessary
necessary.
to learn from the past. The damage is done. They say it's necessary.
Come on.
And
come on.
when we're questioning the sun going down, I try and keep listening to the rhythm of the ground. They say it's necessary to learn from the past. The damage is done. The change will last. It's Monday. Oh shit! It's Butterfly Effect.
That's the one.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, guys, everyone, go to her Spotify and listen to that song.
Billy
It's
Fox
so
with an
good.
IE. Okay. Yeah.
I.E.
Jesus, I can't believe.
I can't.
I haven't heard that song
When
in
you were
ages.
like singing another song, I was like, Bells, this is your song.
Yeah, I
bro.
don't know what's going on.
You created this.
Told you. Now that
masterpiece.
is the ultimate. I'm bad at lyrics, so I don't even know the lyrics to my song. Like.
Well, you did all right. You did better than probably what I thought you might have. I didn't have any faith in you. I'll be honest.
But do you know what? It's because you gave me the chorus.
Yeah,
you're
you're
I
like,
know
oh,
the
you have
chorus.
to sing it. That's not part of the game.
There's one song that everyone always cries when I don't know the words, and I always get like recommended. Like honestly, people are so precious over this song, and it is. The scrubs in the sun for tonight. Someone the sound when I cuss you. Oh, I don't want your number, no. Finish and I come on down my go. Passenger side, when a passenger side. Trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub.
Stop this now.
See? She's crying. Oh, sing No Scrubs. I'm like, I don't know it. They're like, how do you not know No Scrubs?
No, that's
I'm like,
too
no
funny,
words,
man.
no lyrics.
That's too
Forget
funny.
No Scrubs, no lyrics.
No, man. Do you know what though? What, like, out of like, sorry, I just keep going away from the mic. Out of like all your gigs, in terms of maybe not remembering the lyrics or maybe remembering the lyrics for the first time in your life, what's your favourite moment and what's your least favourite moment?
Out of all of them?
Out of all gigs.
Oh, that's really hard. I don't know. I think I couldn't put a moment in time, but I'll say my favourite moments are when people are singing the words to my lyrics.
Yeah.
I
bet that feels so good, man, because you created that. That's something you've done like in your bedroom.
And actually, the working progress of it, like, because obviously where I don't necessarily do them solo anymore, I always have a band behind me, and the boys are so amazing. I literally love them. Actually, I need to give them their Dublin gift, which is cute.
Oh,
I'm gonna give it to them tonight. I got them a pick each, which has like a leprechaun on it.
It's so cute.
It's so cute.
She comes up to me in the gift shop, Teri, look what I got.
Yeah, and the worst thing is, like, at band rehearsal yesterday, I was like, has anyone got a pick? Has anyone got a pick? So it'll be quite funny to but I think that the build up of yesterday we had a rehearsal. We had we were short a few songs, so I was like, is it right if I do one more of my songs? And Tom, which is my producer, also best mate, fantastic guy, and he's played it with me loads of times, but the rest of the band hadn't even heard it, so they were like, oh, this is a great track. And then just hearing it sort of evolve from what you've written is such a key moment.
That's why I say to you, like, Sun Goes Down, I swear to God that bangs.
And Sun Goes Down.
Even for me though, like, seeing how far it's progressed from the very beginning of writing it to then hearing you play it, like, but now I'm hearing people request it. Like, we're like at a gig and you're not even having it on your set list, and everyone's going, Sun Goes Down, Sun Goes Down, and I'm like, oh my God, like, that feeling must be insane, bro.
It is nice. I mean, it's weird because obviously with Sun Goes Down, it's actually a really fucking depressing song, and I wrote it and I was like, oh, actually I kind of need the words are quite, if I was to write it the way I originally wrote it, which was almost like a ballad.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be too much for people, but when I put that groove behind it, it just slapped. People were just like, yeah, because
it
was
reggae. So smart to do it like that, though.
So there's definitely a few, like the one today. Today I'm singing Invoice. I showed you earlier.
My favourite.
But that's the thing. It's not been recorded. It's not even been in the studio yet, and people are already singing the lyrics to it.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
That's when you've written a good one. Because it's like everyone's like, oh, I sent an invoice for all the time I wasted on you.
What's your least? What's the bit that you want to work on or you struggle with?
At gigs? I think my solo stuff. I hate performing solo. Yeah. But I think as well, because I can play guitar, but I'm not confident at playing guitar when I'm performing because I just fumble quite a lot. Whereas with a band, I know they're always going to back me, and I use them to sort of help me,
Yeah.
But I think if I was to improve my guitar, I would probably feel a lot more confident going solo. And also, in a band setting, I'd be able to play around a lot more. Like, it's funny, my band, I love them a lot, but I've noticed them, they're going, Billie, just do singular notes. Like, okay, because you're clashing. Oh, I'm sorry, Because obviously you have an internal rhythm.
Yeah.
So when you're performing, if I'm performing, let's say Invoice, and I've got this kind of groove going, but Tom's groove is different to mine. But where I wrote it, I'm feeling it the way I feel it. But then he'll do a groove that does sound better. But so now he's doing the groove of what he thinks is good. And then I'm just doing the dun,
Same.
dun, dun, dun. Yeah. And then there's one point where we have to switch because I literally can't go dun, 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 on the chorus because it doesn't match up. So I'll probably work on that, to be fair.
Because even when you send me a song or something that you've just written or wrote, that's the word, whatever. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you make it seem like it's effortless, it's so easy, but you're so hard working. Going back to your Nodes situation, I remember you were sitting there being my mind's flickering of all these creative ideas that I've got for a song, but I can't do anything with it. Bearing in mind you had just released your EP, and you couldn't perform it. You were broken, man. It's so bad. The where you are now, I feel you needed to have that to push you a little bit.
Another thing people need to understand as well, because having nodules is one thing, and I could have it now and you wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
But mine was very obvious that I had it. My voice had changed. I couldn't even. So I was a kids entertainer at the time, and I was literally doing these parties, and by the end of the weekend, I sounded like a man.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, oh, I've got nodules, so I'm just going to take that time to rest, which I would have done anyway, but I physically couldn't sing.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah,
like,
it's so bad.
Yeah, it's so bad.
And like there'd be even notes that you'd want to hit, and I could see it in your face that you want to go for it,
yeah,
but you're too scared. You're like, no, I'm not doing it.
It did teach me control, and like, so when I was feeling good, I was so worried about damaging my voice more, making the nodules bigger.
Yeah.
So because they weren't big enough to operate on, they were like on the cusp of like, you know, go on that kind of going down or having to operate on. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to operate because that could change my whole vocal sound.
Yeah.
So like, but it taught me how to, like, because I never had singing lessons, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it really taught me control and where my limit is. And now it's so nice to get back and be like, oh, here I am. Like, I can hit that note now.
Yeah.
But even now, like, I'm so worried that because they can come back so easily. And, you know, I've changed my job. I've made sure that I'm doing everything I can to never have it again.
That's it, exactly.
You know?
Like, that's the thing. Like, you learn your body, like you say, like you're going gym now. Like you're working all your body to make sure that that's never going to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Oi, have you seen, saying about gym, have you seen this guy? Is it Hardest Geezer? His name's Russ Cook, I think. Mm-hmm. He's just ran the entire length of
I've
Africa.
seen that. That is
you
cool.
joking?
Yeah. Did
Would
you
you do
watch
it?
his? No, absolutely fucking not. I ran 0.5 miles on Thursday. Sorry, not even 5 kilometers.
5k.
5k. Yeah, let's say that. 0.5k, not 5k.
No.
0.5k, and I had a stitch. And I was like, this is bad. Like,
better than what I could do.
There's no way I'm running Africa. Who the fuck is running the continent of Africa?
That's mental, though. Like, so apparently, you know, when I was saying I want to go Africa for my birthday next year, right? Hear me out, yeah. I'm watching. Why
are you gonna run it now?
I'm gonna run the whole thing.
Birthday,
This is me now. Oh, it's so inspirational.
Just want to break that goal.
But so you were saying how, like, you know, there's certain places in Africa that are a bit mental. Mm-hmm. I was like listening to a podcast of him talking about his whole thing, watching all the videos, because I was like, mate, this is crazy. Like, he's been on the news and everything. You know, one of the times, like, he got held at gunpoint and robbed.
I bet it was Kenya, wasn't it?
No, it weren't Kenya.
Oh, okay.
It was Angola. But they were saying that, like, Angola, like, that doesn't happen.
Right.
And then after that, the president or something was like, oh, we need to make sure he's got a police escort throughout the whole thing. And he managed to do it with all of that. But
he's got a YouTube channel, and I remember watching him like maybe about a year ago. And when he not started his journey, but he was halfway through it. Because if a lot of people take their bikes, they'll bike the whole of Africa. And stuff. But the stories that you get, it's such a different culture there. So it's like, you know, really hard to navigate as like a Westerner around Africa. So running through Africa, I just couldn't. I don't understand the running part. I mean, fuck that.
Why are you running?
Drive a car. Like, but also there is dangers out there. You know, it's crazy. But congratulations.
Yeah, innit? Go on, Russ Cook.
He does deserve a round of applause.
Because I saw like loads of people. They like met him at the finish line, but there was like a big crowd of people that like ran the finishing line with him, and he did like I think it was like the last 10k, and he'd hit a point, and like loads of people came in, and he goes, right, let's have a chill one, and let's all just wipe everything away that's like happened, or, you know, it's been a tough year, let's just all go together. And they were just all cheering each other on for the last 10k, and I thought,
so nice.
I couldn't do that.
No, there's no way. Like, I mean, I was gonna try and do that couch to 5k, but that 0.5 miles, I was like, there's no way. I need like a couch to 5 minutes.
I don't even run for a bus, mate, let alone
no, there's no way. I mean, I do run. That's the only time I'll run for a bus or a train.
No,
or something like that.
I'll just wait for the next. I don't get a bus. What am I talking about?
You get a train though.
I do get a train.
You run for the train.
I actually do run for the train. Yeah, you're fair. But then there's train and buses. Buses stink.
That was like, it's always like high school, whenever when you're running with your backpack. Help me! Always
oh my God.
The memories of life. But yeah.
Wow.
Is that the end of your little segment there?
That's it then.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well,
we better head off and go to your...
Well, no, don't lie. We're going to film another episode after this.
We are going to film
We'll keep it nice and sweet this time. We've had a few, just before we finish, a bit of feedback was always that we're talking too much about ourselves at the beginning about the catch up. But the reason why the first and second episode was like that was because it was travel based.
Yeah. And we had a lot to catch up on, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's been so long since we had a podcast before, like since season 1. So even the build up to season 2 was a lot. And then we were like, oh, what do we talk about? But we've experienced it together.
And also, like, we're trying to figure out what the structure of this podcast is going to be. So if you guys have any ideas, please let us know and message us on Instagram. We've got an Instagram, Plonkcast, at Plonkcast. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
We also have our personal ones as well.
And TikTok.
So just message us and let us know what you would like to hear. Because, you know, it is the Plonkcast. We sit here, talk shit for, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and we want to make you smile on your Friday, Saturday. So also, let us know if you prefer audio or video. Because I think it really is, it's good to know, because I've noticed a lot of our friends listening to the audio because it comes out first.
Exactly. We like to get out the audio on Spotify at Friday, and then we'll post the actual video on Saturday, because we know some people like other things where you can just stick it in the car or like stick it on when you're going to work, but people like to
unless
watch
you've got
it.
YouTube Premium, and then you can just play it.
True. Not many people do. We're peasants over here, all right?
Anyway, guys, we hope you have an amazing week, and we will see you in the next episode, which is going to be in the next 10 minutes. Right. Love you guys. Peace and love, everybody.
You've been amazing.
Bye-bye.